French and the Native Americans against the colonists and the British. The Native Americans were attacking because the colonists were going on to their land. But that all changed with the Proclamation of 1763. But that's another story. The colonists wanted to expand their land because they were getting cramped in those 13 colonies. The British agreed because more land, more money, more power.
This should go great, right? Right?
The colonists and the British won the war, but Britain was in a huge debt of $5.3 billion today.
Send troops to those colonies to defend them from those savages.
All the way in the colonists did not like this because the British were going onto their land, the native land, and started getting themselves killed so that Britain would have to send more troops.
These colonists are getting annoying. After this war, we should tax them.
This started the Revolutionary War.
Britain was losing the French and Indian War until 1757, when William Pitt became leader of Britain's parliament, or government. Pitt was determined to win the war. He sent many ships and soldiers to North America, where they helped capture French forts in 1759. A British army defeated the French near Quebec, which was a center of French power in Canada. The next year, Britain captured Montreal, another French city. By 1763, France was ready to make peace with Britain. So basically, the king said the colonies can't go past the red line on the image on screen. So the colonists were mad at this line. They hated it because some colonists already lived there. So they were extra angry. So they just stayed there and didn't care.
I hate that stupid red line!
See? They hate that red line. Anyways, let me tell you what happened after the line appeared. After the big red line appeared, the colonists were fighting the British. And yeah, that's where we are now. After the French and Indian War, Great Britain had a huge debt to pay for the thousands of British soldiers who had fought in the 9-year war. Then King George III and British Parliament decided that the American colonists should pay off the debt, since the war was on their soil. The Sugar Act taxed sugar and other things as well. And with all the taxes, the colonists got angry.
All the soldiers are complaining to me. What should I do?
Could start taxing them.
Great idea.
We ain't paying taxes!
Why do we have to pay taxes?
We had nothing to do in this stupid war.
They have a fair point.
Well, the people aren't happy with us, so we do what they say. Don't tax them.
Then how will we get enough money?
I know. We tax the colonies.
Yes, that will do.
The Sugar Act was just to pay off the debt, but it was a far from good way to pay off the debt.
I love collecting taxes. I hate paying taxes.
The colonists did not like this. As a result, they started chanting,
No taxation without representation! No taxation without representation! No taxation without representation!
"No taxation without representation" means you cannot tax the colonists without the colonists have any say in it. The Stamp Act was included after the Sugar Act, and the Sugar Act was more than enough for the colonists who had hated the Sugar Act, and the Stamp Act just made them explode.
Daddy, can I please have this book?
Fine, only if it's not too expensive.
Yay!
I would like to buy this book, please.
Oh, sure. Let me see how much this is. Book number 3. Book number 3. That'll be 12 shillings.
12 shillings? You dumb! That's so expensive!
Sorry, it's just because of the Stamp Act. I didn't do that. Because of the Stamp Act and a few others, colonists were hating Great Britain. And they would beat up tax collectors.
La 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 la, I love collecting taxes. Get him! Get the tax collector! Ah!
I wasn't finished speaking yet. As I was saying, they would beat up tax collectors and destroy British officials' homes.
Quick, get into the house. I don't want to get caught again. Let's trash this place. Quick, get outside before he sees us.
Now, which key was it? Oh yeah, it was this one. Oops. What? Who trashed my house? No! My bench. It's been broken. Darn it, I worked so hard on that. It's a mess. I don't like this. Why do these stupid colonists have to trash everything I make?
Hey, lobster bath.
Hey, who said that?
I did.
Did you guys trash my house?
We did.
Why would you do this?
Because we hate this. We hate the British. Those lobster bats. You are one too. Ah!
Oh my God. You're gonna pay for this. You're going to jail, kids. On a dark and not stormy night on December 17th, 1773, the Sons of Liberty were dressing up as Mohawk Native Americans and plotting something very unheard of before. Before they boarded the ship, they knocked out a guard with a large stick.
I got him.
Good job, dude. That was really good. Okay, we're on the boat now. What should we do?
We should dump some of these boxes. But these are pretty heavy.
We need a forklift. Wait, those don't exist for another 120 years.
What's a forklift?
I don't know. The person who made me say it on the script made me say it.
What's a script?
It's a paper with words you have to say on it.
Then why do we have to say it?
Shut up, dude. The audience is waiting for us to throw the things off the ship.
Hey, you can't do that. Yes, we can. No. Be quiet, stupid 13-year-old rat. Hey guys, I'm here.
Great. Come help us with these chests.
All right.
This is heavy. We need more.
Yeet. Ah, what the heck, dude?
What's going on over there?
I think someone just dropped a key box on our leg.
Why?
When did that happen? Fire him, dude.
I can't fire. I can't do that, dude.
Took the tea already. He did it. Maybe instead of
I got it. Okay.
Now we're supposed to have an empty.
Ready?
That was supposed to happen at the end.
Take that, England.
Yes,
Yeah,
take that
England.
Yay, England. While these dummies dumped tea off that ship, I'll tell you why they did this. They did this in protest against the Tea Act. The Tea Act is a tax on tea, which was about 3 cents per pound of tea purchased. And 3 cents was a lot back then. The Boston Tea Party dumped 342 chests of tea into the harbor, adding up to about 92,000 pounds, or England's currency, of tea into the harbor. Or in today's money, about $1 million of tea. That's enough to fill 18.5 million cups of tea.
The Stamp Act was not enough to pay off the debt. The British Parliament created new taxes to pay for the services of British governors and soldiers in the colonies. The Townshend Acts are known as the Intolerable Acts because they were considered intolerable by the colonists. The Intolerable Acts taxed tea, glass, lead, paper that the colonies imported.
Hey, stop right there, sir.
Why?
You need to pay your taxes.
I already paid my tea taxes.
I have a list of them here, and I'll tell you. There are new taxes you kind of need to pay, or I'm allowed to take your items.
But I am poor. I have nothing.
Then give me your valuables.
But I have nothing worth much.
Then give me your shoes.
I have no shoes.
Then give me your hat.
I have no hat and I'm bald.
Then give me your ears.
Wait, how would you...
Then to jail you'll go, sir.
Oh, man. So who's gonna send me to jail again?
No, please don't punch me. Bye.
We gather here today to discuss the Intolerable Acts. How should we deal with this concern?
I suggest we declare a rebellion.
I don't think that's very reasonable. I suggest we send them a letter saying we should have equal rights and remaining...
What about the colonies?
Them too. As I was saying, we should send them a letter saying we should have equal rights, remaining non-violent.
Aww.
Nay! Well then, I think it's settled.
Oh, what a great day. There's not a troublesome colonist in my way. Rhymed. I think today's patrol will be fairly peaceful. It's not like a bloody massacre is going to happen later.
Psst. Guys, look. Soldier on patrol.
Nice, let's throw snowballs at him. It's not like 5 of us will be shot by jumpy soldiers.
Let's go get some friends to throw snowballs at us.
I'm going to go get some more friends to patrol with me.
Hey, you there!
Yeah?
Take this! Yeah!
Was that supposed to hurt?
Yeah?
Well, it didn't.
Dang it!
Revenge!
Ow!
Ow, that didn't hurt though.
Guys, what are you doing?
Throwing snowballs at them.
Why?
To protest that they're bad.
Hey, we're not the bad guys here.
Then who is?
Maybe Parliament?
Guys, put snow around rocks and throw them. Good idea.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Quick, throw the snow!
Ow! That hurt, but how?
Because we covered them with...
You covered a what?
a snowball!
Okay.
Guys, open fire! Ah!
What is wrong with you people?
The Boston Massacre was a bloody conflict between the colonists and the soldiers. A few weeks later, Paul Revere made an etching of the massacre, engravings depicting the Boston Massacre, and was made by Paul Revere. But several others versions appeared in Massachusetts and London over the next 2 years. Each of these images was made to express outrage at the actions of the British troops to solicit support for the Patriot cause.
If British marched by land or by sea, hang a lantern in the Old North Church, 1 lantern by land, 2 lanterns by sea.
General Thomas Gage, the British governor of Massachusetts, had gotten orders to stop any rebellion. He had then learned that the Patriots were storing cannons and gunpowder in Concord. General Gage knew what he had to do.
Soldiers, the Patriots are storing cannons and gunpowder in Concord. You know what that means?
It means they're giving the stuff to us?
No, it means that they're starting a rebellion, and we must stop them and destroy their supplies.
Yeah, let's break some stuff.
Paul Revere waited several days for a lantern to appear. Then on April 18, 1775, at midnight, 700 British soldiers set foot at Boston, and Paul Revere looked up into the night and saw 2 lanterns up on the Old North Church. Paul Revere, William Dawes, and a few others, like Samuel Prescott, rode out to Concord and warned anyone they ran into.
The regulars are coming! The regulars are coming!
The regulars were a way of saying British soldier. Paul was then captured by the British at Lexington. Prescott and Dawes, however, rode on to Concord and spread the alarm. The battles of Lexington and Concord are some of the most important battles of the Revolutionary War. These battles were both fought on April 19, 1775. The British soldiers reached Lexington just before sunrise. A small group of Minutemen were waiting at Lexington. A British officer told the Minutemen to leave. As the Minutemen turned to go, someone fired a shot, and that shot is known as the shot heard around the world. No one knows who shot it.
Boom! Pull back!
John Parker was the captain at Lexington and was a farmer and a smith before he joined the American Revolution.
Bang, bang, boom, boom.
Ah! My leg!
We have to run! Run! Run!
9 colonists were wounded and 8 were dead. British marched on to Concord, destroying everything. Only 1 British soldier had been hurt. This first battle of the American Revolution, Massachusetts colonists defied British authority, outnumbered and outfought the Redcoats, and embarked on a lengthy war to earn their independence. The British marched to Concord to destroy the colonists' munitions.
Stay here and wait to ambush the British.
But sir, what if they see us?
Run and hide. Run and hide.
We've got this, okay?
They're here.
Good luck. I'll be in town.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
The colonists drove the British back and won the battle. 7, 10, 6, Prescott.
Huh? What?
The British are coming.
I'm Robert Piggott, your new commander. You will do as I say or be punished severely. Now please go get them.
Don't fire until you can smell the British tea in their breaths. No, that's not right. Aha! Don't fire until you can see the whites of their eyes.
reinforcements are here.
Howdy, soldiers. I'm William Howe, your new commander, and I've come with the reinforcements. Now get going.
We're out of ammo! We gather here today to discuss the battles in our area. How shall we deal with this concern?
I suggest we declare rebellion.
I don't think that's very reasonable. I suggest we send them a letter that says...
I have a quill and paper. I just forgot the ink.
I have ink.
Great.
As I was saying, we send them a letter saying we wish to make peace, remaining non-violent.
Oh, give me a break. What is it with you and always wanting war?
I just like it.
However, I do suggest we set up an army to defend us rather than untrained militia.
Yay!
We shall call the letter of the Olive Branch Petition.
I know exactly the guy to lead this army.
I will lead your army.
Wow, he looks charming.
And tall.
Wow. Well, then it's settled.
That's my line.
These are the people that signed the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson not only wrote the Declaration, but he also signed it too.
And for the support of this declaration with firm resilience on the protection of divine providence, we mutually to each other, our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
John Hancock was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence. Thomas McKean was last to sign the Declaration of Independence. Yes, I see. Yes, I think this will do.
Yes, I don't have to do it all over again. Oh yay! That's it.
So all you have to do is write my name?
Yes, for the millionth time, yes.
Can everybody please hurry up? Please?
Wait, we're not done with the story of the signer of the Declaration.
What? But I write the skits to the story.
But you're missing one part of it. Who Thomas Jefferson is.
You're right.
The Declaration was signed in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. Thomas Jefferson is known as the father of the Declaration. His signature was signed to the Declaration, as you should know. And if you don't, well, you do now.
This is Thomas Jefferson. He's a smart guy. He gave us 38 reasons why we should separate from England. And I will tell you a few of them. In story form, of course. Also, fun fact, the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. But it was signed from July 4th, 1776 to August 2nd, 1776. That is when the last signer signed it. Anyway, here are a few reasons.
King George III, you were found guilty of being a bad king to the colonies.
Sir, I assure you, I am a perfectly awesome king that would totally never make crazy taxes. That would be utterly terrible.
But King George III, we have many reasons why you're a bad king. Do you want to hear a few of them?
Sure.
Alrighty then. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and amount and payment of their salaries. He has combined with others to subject a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation for quartering large bodies of troops among us.
Oh, well, it's all lies.
Not true.
Objection, Your Honor. He's telling the truth.
You sure about that? I've been a defendant before, sir, and I find they have to lie quite a bit to win the case.
Well, I don't lie.
Silence, now! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have Mr. King George III here be sent back to England. Security, take him away, boys.
After crossing the Delaware River in a treacherous storm, General George Washington's army defeated a garrison of Hessian mercenaries at Trenton. The victory set the stage for another success at Princeton a week later and boosted the morale of the American troops. On December 26, 1776, the Battle of Trenton occurred.
Shh. How close are we, General?
Very. They won't expect an attack on the day after Christmas.
General, we're here.
Get your weapons ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
George Washington and his army of 2,400 snuck up on the Hessians and killed 83 of them and took captive at least 800.
These captives will be held for trial.
Valley Forge is a story of terrible hardships during the winter of 1777 and 1778. The colonial army suffered from the cold and hunger. Their supplies had run out, and soldiers should have had coats and warm uniforms, but some only had a shirt or blanket, not enough to against the fierce cold. Some didn't even have shoes.
3 or 4 bad days of weather would prove our destruction.
I could tell that. Why are we here again?
I have no idea.
Washington picked Valley Forge because it was close to Philadelphia, where the British forced them out and had camped. It was far enough to prevent a surprise attack from the British.
Ugh, I hate eating fire cake, though it's all we can eat. Well, then while I'm complaining about it, I can tell you what fire cake is.
Don't tell them,
Why?
because I'm supposed to.
Why can't I tell them?
I don't know, but fire cake is flour and water cooked over a fire.
Aw, I wanted to tell them.
Soldiers had to carry 60 pounds of equipment. A musket could weigh nearly 10 pounds. Soldiers needed canteens for water and for meals at camp. Soldiers had simple utensils like a small cup or old-fashioned forks. Many uniforms that soldiers wear were ragged, and hats were made of felt, but they were not warm enough to survive the winter. Today, Valley Forge is a National Historical Park.
In the summer of 1781, the British Army, led by Cornwallis, was camped at Yorktown, Virginia. When George Washington learned of this, he marched his army south of New York to Virginia. This battle is one of the most important battles of the Revolutionary War.
Front lines! Drummers!
Sir, where are they?
Hiding from my command. Fire at those bushes.
Yes, sir.
Ready and fire! Fire! Cannons! Ready! Fire! Attack! Quick! Now's our chance!
The British were defeated in what is known as the last battle of the Revolutionary War. American victory, outnumbered and outfought during a 3-week siege in which they sustained great losses. British troops surrendered to the Continental Army and their French allies. This last major land battle of the American Revolution led to negotiations for peace and the British and the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783.
Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni.
The Treaty of Paris is a treaty that defines the United States border with Great Britain, granting the Northwest Territory to the United States, secured fishing rights to the Grand Banks and other waters off the British-Canadian coastline for American boats, opened up the Mississippi River to navigation by citizens of both the United States and Great Britain, and made peace between England and the USA, France, Spain, and the Netherlands. It is important because it gave us new land to explore and no more wars and deaths, and most importantly, our independence.
Okay, all of you will sign this, or else.
Hey, where do I sign?
Right here.
Thanks.
Hurry up, please. Waiting for you to be done.
Will you shut up already? Sheesh.
Thanks. Oh boy, free land, yay.
Ugh, don't rub it in, dude.
All right then.
Gracias, amigo.
Yo, what did he say?
He said, thanks, friend, in Spanish.
Okay.
Finally, what do we do now?
I don't know. Let's go home. Okay, bye. So now that they are at peace, they can go and do their own things again. Yay for them. This is the United States so far. It is not as big as today, though it will get bigger. So what did you guys need me for again?
We need you for this thing we call the Constitutional Convention.
We need you to write the solution we figure out to prevent a revolution by forming a better constitution, which we could use using your attribution.
Okay, but please stop rhyming. It gets annoying.
Thank you for your contribution.
Stop rhyming!
I believe we should have a federal government, no?
Aye, that is the way to go.
I
Well then, I think it's settled.